The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Our leaders met in Accra, Ghana to talk about reparation justice. They said this time is a time for them to act and not to continue to be doing the talking. That they need to show to the world that the African is capable of managing his own affairs. They are talking about the African adding value to the resources, the free trade area, how we need to reclaim everything of the African. And the time for the African to move away from speech is now. Like the president of Ghana said, John Dramani Mahama, if they are not able to do something and they keep doing the talking, future generations will judge them. They needed to do this and they couldn't. But if they do the right thing, we will judge them in the positive way that they chose to do the right thing. The people are happy that they are calling for repair. It's historic. And the time has come for all of them to come together in unity to do the bid, to do what is expected of them. They must change their approach.
Future generations will judge us not by the resolutions we adopted, but by the progress we achieve. And so let them say that in Accra we chose truth over denial. Let them say that in Accra we chose partnership over indifference. And let them say that in Accra we chose justice over delay. And let them say that when history called upon our generation to act, we stood up and we answered with courage.
Africa must be developed by Africans themselves. No one else can do it on our behalf. Let us show that African countries can trade with one another, invest in one another, and grow together. The future will not wait for Africa, and neither should we. The responsibility rests with us. If we are to realize the aspiration of Africa Agenda 2063 and the promises of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, we must act now and broadly together. Let the future generations say that when Africa stood at a crossroad, we choose partnership over hostility, production over dependency, and action over delay. Let them say we built Africa that believed in itself. Let them say we built an Africa that trusts in self. Let them say we built an Africa that protects itself and that uses its own efforts and through its own strength bring their people where they want to be. I am therefore confident that the engagement taking place today will contribute significantly to strengthening Tanzania-Namibia economic relations and advancing our shared vision as prosperous, industrialized, and interconnected Africa. We are really expecting good results from this forum, and we hope the stay of the Namibian business people will make a meaning to what we want to achieve together. Africa must be developed by Africans themselves. No one else can do it on our behalf. Let us make our resources to save our people better. Thank you, Your Excellency.
President Mahama, the people of the Caribbean have come to join hands. We in CARICOM have been fighting now for virtually a decade on this issue of reparations. And we believe that this effort to bring all of our global partners here together in Accra will allow for this too to be regarded as a historic moment. We live in a world today where people call out people for everything, but yet we have not found the moral courage to state unanimously across humanity that this grave crime against humanity that persisted for centuries ought to be declared so by all. That others choose to remain silent is a reflection of them, not of us. There are others who say that there's been slavery before, but ours was the only one to declare us as chattel and as property. I stand here today on behalf of the government and people of Barbados, conscious that our duty is to repair. And our duty is to call for others to repair. Regrettably, our parliament was the first parliament to establish the 1661 slave code, 2 decades before the Code Noir, which has just been repealed in France. That slave code came to be mimicked, copied exactly in some of the colonies of the United States of America and the Caribbean, and in others used as a platform for their own slave laws. It is the categorization of us as subhuman. It is the categorization of us as chattel, as property, that stripped us of our dignity first and foremost, but equally removed from us the choices that are necessary in life to truly express freedom. We have come to ask that those efforts be coordinated in such a way such that we can bring healing to our population. I believe that our working together with the CARICOM 10-point plan on reparatory justice, which has been revised and which we have brought some copies here to share in Accra, will add to the excellent work which you are doing and the establishment of the committees that will carry on the work for our people. These committees, however, will only mean something if we can stay together united and not allow division yet again to be the anchor for those who want to win against us. Almost 70 years ago, in this country, Ghana, you summoned the world to join you as you embarked on the journey of nationhood and independence. Today, in 2026, President Mahama, you have summoned us again to join you. And we, the children of Africa and its diaspora, are clear as to our responsibility and are clear that even though journeys are not always finished by the same people, even though battles are not won by those sometimes who started, that our duty nevertheless must be resolute and our commitment and solidarity unshakable. I have every confidence that we will come to understand that the union of Africa and the Caribbean can bring prosperity and stability to our people.
But we want to ask our leaders, for how long will they continue to tell us they need to do this instead of doing it? When will they take the step ahead? When will we see that our leaders will not tell us we must do this, we must do that, and just say we have done this? Yes, they need to do things that future generation wouldn't judge them. John Mama said, if they do the right thing, tomorrow we'll say, in Accra, they decided to choose partnership over indifference. Over more than 80 countries came together in Accra to talk about this reparation justice. We know that the things that were done to the African, reparation, we deserve it. They are still doing it to us because we still do not control anything in Africa. That's why people still think that the resources in Africa, they should take control over it. They should come and buy it at 0.08 euros. And then they'll go to the world market and sell it at 200 euros per kilo. And they still sit down to determine who leads the African in this modern world. So there are a lot of things that they need to pay for. The people that we lost. Look at the number of people that has lost track of their identity. They took away our language. They took away our culture. They took away everything of the African. And they are still taking like Ama Ata Edu said, that ever since we came in contact with you 500 years ago, look at us. You are taking and you keep taking. But what are we doing as a people to stop this? Are we going to stop talking and act? Are we going to continue to be saying we want to do this or we must do it? Are we going to see what is happening in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso in all the African countries? Because Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso now decided that enough of the talking. They have spoken for a very long time and yet no change. So they have decided to walk the talk rather than to be doing the talking. Because speech changes nothing. Words are only words if they are not implemented. They need to add value to the resources. This is what we heard when we were children. Now we are grown. We are still hearing adding value. Why not nationalize the resources like we are seeing in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso? This is the only way and the only time the African can add value to their resources. Unity is all that we need as Africans. If we can unite among ourselves, like the way we sat down in Accra as a group of people from the Caribbean to Africa, we can actually do something for ourselves. But if we continue to be talking without walking the talk, we will judge you, like John Mama said. Future generation will judge you. Because whatever decision you make today affects generations, not you. You will not be there. All the borrowing you are making today, generations will come and suffer. That was why Paul Kagame said, it is better you say no and face the consequences now than to take the easy way out. And tomorrow, generations will suffer. We want to see actions being done, like we are calling for the action, like the Ghanaian President John Mahama is calling you to do. Actions now. We need to start doing something different from the speeches that we give to ourselves. If we have realized that speech do not do anything and we need to move away from speaking to acting, what prevented us from doing that a very long time? Sometimes we blame the people who came and then enslaved us. But we also have the opportunity to change the narrative. Like the Finland president said, Africans will have every right to play. We have the power in our hands in this new world order. It's either we remain pawns or we decide to become players. How do we take part in shaping the new world order? It is by doing and not talking. Looking at what the leaders in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso are doing. We do the walking than to be doing the talking. Because talk wouldn't change anything. Talk wouldn't add the value. Talk will not let us do anything. People still sit there and decide the prices of the resources in Africa without the Africans themselves involved. And you talk about it all the time. We will stop it. We are not stopping. We will do this. We are not doing. So we are urging our leaders that the time has come, just like the president of Ghana is calling for them to do the needful. They should stop the talking and do the doing. We want to see a better Africa, whereby we print our currencies here in Africa, whereby the resources value is added, whereby we have cocoa and we can still afford chocolate, not chocolate becoming a luxury, whereby we can have access to golden things, not gold that we export cheap, coming back into the continent, and it's only for the rich. And we are waiting to see that this time, their words will not only be in speech, but they will take concrete steps in order to cause a change in Africa. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world. In Africa, West Africa, in Ghana.